Professor David Brenner knows a great deal about chromosomal aberrations. As an expert in radiation biophysics at Columbia University, he knows such abnormalities can be caused by radiation and can lead to cancers in those who've been exposed to it in relatively high doses. And that's why he's joined the debate about the safety of X-ray scanners in airports. Authorities claim the scanners, which use X-rays to scan passengers and aircraft personnel, deliver insignificant doses of radiation and are therefore perfectly safe. Professor Brenner agrees that's true for most people, but for frequent flyers, he says, there is cause for concern.
As one goes through a scanner more times, the risk increases. If you go through it 10 times, the risk will be 10 times what it was going through it once. If you go through it 200 times, the risk will be 200 times what it was. These are still small risks, but the risks will build up as you go through the scanner more and more times.
Most international airports around the world use either millimetre wave scanners, which Professor Brenner believes are safe, or X-ray scanners, or a combination of both. The X-ray machines now deployed in about 70 US airports are made by California company Rapiscan. The company says its Rapiscan 1000 delivers ultra-low doses of X-rays that provide revealing images to a remote workstation. It has been declared safe by the US Department of Homeland Security, but Professor Brenner believes authorities have underestimated the machine's potential long-term dangers.
These X-rays are actually very low energy and they don't penetrate very far inside the body. So the big concern we have is actually for the skin, and in particular for the skin on the head and neck. So it would be not hard to actually program these machines to scan from the neck downwards.
Professor Brenner says the health risks can be mitigated in other ways. He says airline personnel who are in frequent contact with these machines should be required to wear the kind of badge that he and his colleagues wear around their workplace.
Well, the film badge measures the amount of radiation exposure that the person wearing them gets. But it's not sensitive to the extremely low doses that you get when you pass through the scanner itself. But if you're a TSA worker who's standing next to one of these machines for your working day, that's a slightly different situation. So it would be appropriate for TSA personnel to be using film badges.
A better idea, he says, would be to do away with the X-ray scanners altogether and replace them with millimetre wave machines.
If there were no alternatives, I think it would make absolute sense to use the X-ray scanners, but given there is a perfectly good non-radiation alternative, then I think the game is somewhat different.
Echoing Professor Brenner's concerns, the Allied Pilots Association has boycotted the machines. They, like Professor Brenner, believe the price of security in the sky may be too high. Rob Muir, Reuters.